This month on Mustang Magazine, we watch pumpkins float on Hawes Pond, we say goodbye to the Mosquitoes, and we find our second win with the Mustang Marching Band. These stories and more on this October 2019 edition of Mustang Magazine.
Welcome to the October edition of Mustang Magazine. I'm Thomas Harder.
And I'm Sophia Saratori. October means a lot of things to different people, but for the Mustang Marching Band, it's all about the competition season.
Recently, we sent a crew of sophomores out to shadow a baritone horn player for this month's cover story.
Kyle Leonard says one of the biggest challenges in marching with a baritone horn is keeping up enough air.
It starts off fairly easy, but as you get in and you get exhausted, the breathing, you just need to keep pushing and push to the end and not give out.
Leonard is a member of the Norwood Mustang Marching Band. He says it's no easy task being on this team, and that just getting through a practice is tough enough.
You start off in rehearsal feeling fine, but then once you get later and later into rehearsal and doing more and more, it gets very uncomfortable. It's to a point where you just want to lay down on the ground and not move.
A marching band performance averages 10 minutes without any breaks or sheet music. And for a wind instrument, that means keeping up a high-quality sound with vigorous movement while also trying to fight the urge to breathe.
The challenges of marching is just keeping up with proper technique and just trying to fight through the pain. I think it's easy. It's not easy. It takes a lot of physical and mental skills.
Those mental skills, Leonard says, have to do with staying calm, conserving energy, and knowing when you can get a breath.
You just have to know when you have a chance, or when you have a chance to, when you're not playing, you just try and slow down your breathing, just slow down your heart rate so you're not as exhausted and you can just continue on with the performance.
The Mustang Marching Band is a top team in the state, and on this day, they would receive a 5-star rating from the New England Scholastic Band Association. Leonard says he and his teammates are constantly challenging themselves to maintain that level of excellence.
It's a lot of pressure, being that we went undefeated last season. We kind of want to keep up with showing what we can do and just trying to stay on top.
And even with all the practice and preparation, Leonard says there are just some moments during a performance where you need to dig deep and find that second wind.
If I'm playing this, it's even more important in marching band because certain impact moments you just want lots of sound. For lots of sound you need lots of breath. Impact moment is basically like a very loud point in the show where it kind of just hits you.
Leonard and the Mustang Marching Band are now close to completing another competition season, and it looks like they've got the wind in their favor as they near the finish line. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Michaela Hurley.
Special shout out to sophomores Michaela Hurley, Gori Lumba, Annie Sisk, and Ashley Louise for the amazing coverage in that story. And we're proud to announce that the Mustang Marching Band are the Division IV NESBA champions.
This month brought some cooler weather and hopefully an end to the Triple E scare for this season. Recently, senior staff reporters Isabel Hagland and Allie Martin sat down with Sigal Rees from the Norwood Health Department to investigate the situation.
Eastern equine encephalitis is a rare yet serious virus transmitted through mosquitoes. The director of the Department of Public Health in Norwood, Sigal Rees, says Triple E is uncommon.
So unfortunately, about every 10 years, we see a spike in Triple E activity, and that's what we're seeing this summer, or this fall.
Though Norwood has a low level of concern, our community can still be affected by Triple E.
If we go to higher levels, like high and critical, which are the next two steps, that's when we start talking about closing fields and maybe canceling evening activities.
Although Triple E is a serious threat to our community, some students, including senior football captain Aiden Pryor, are not taking it seriously.
I'm just trying to play football. I don't really care about any mosquitoes or what they're doing. We'll play football no matter what, we don't care about what mosquitoes are out there. what's out there. We're just going to play our game.
Though it's not a direct concern for Norwood, Reese says we should still be taking precautions.
Either avoid going outside. If you do go outside, wear bug spray, long sleeve clothing to cover your skin. Check your screens. Make sure at home all your screens are in good repair so mosquitoes aren't coming into your home.
Make sure to take the right precautions to protect yourself from Triple E, and be sure to check out the Norwood Town website for any updates and information. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Allie Martin.
Thanks, girls. Be sure to check out the mosquito situation next summer on the Health Department's website.
Next up, we meet a senior who's combined his love for Star Wars with his ability to build things, and recently he showed me some of his creations.
Senior Anthony Vineyard says his art is inspired by the Star Wars universe.
I make at least one helmet a year. I've made a Mandalorian helmet from the Rebel series, a Clone Commando, a Shock Trooper, a Boba Fett, and then I have a Clone ARF Trooper downstairs, which I'm currently working on.
Vineyard specializes in recreating the helmets worn by different Star Wars characters. He says after making them for 4 years, he's got the technique down.
I get a template for the design, and I cut out pieces of paper, and I cut it out in the foam, and then I take those pieces of foam out, I shape them in certain ways, I either hot glue them or use contact cement, I use a heat gun to mold them so they can be bendy, and then eventually they come together.
Vineyard says he first got the idea to make a Star Wars helmet after he saw some videos on YouTube.
I came across this group called the 501st Legion, which is a Star Wars costuming group, which they basically go around do charity events in Star Wars costumes, and I found out that you can make or buy kits to make helmets, and I really love Star Wars, and so I really wanted to try it out.
Star Wars has been part of Vineyard's life since as far back as he can remember, when he and his dad first started watching the movies. His mom, Christine, says she's the one who turned them on to it.
My husband never watched Star Wars when we were kids. I grew up with Star Wars. I have all the original 1970 toys. But my husband had never watched it, so the two of them started watching it together.
My entire mom's side of my family absolutely loves Star Wars, so I was kind of forced into it.
Vineyard's mom says helmet building has cost her a few dollars in materials, but she's always interested to see what he comes up with next.
I think his best helmet that he's done so far has been the Mandalorian. He took it and made it his own. It was still the Mandalorian helmet, but he added some scuffing and some other items that made it a little bit more unique.
Vineyard says he's always liked building things, and while he's just making helmets as a hobby right now, he's been thinking about potential career paths.
I really enjoy engineering and working with my hands, so I want to, if I could, possibly prop making and or set making for movies in anything like that would be really fun. I joined the robotics and engineering program because I enjoyed making the helmets and I enjoy making and building things, so I thought it was a perfect fit, and I've been really enjoying it.
But no matter how his career eventually turns out, Vineyard says his love for sci-fi is something that will never change, and he's counting the days until The Rise of Skywalker hits theaters.
I am absolutely going to see the new Star Wars movie in December as soon as possible.
To keep up with Anthony Vineyard's helmet designs, be sure to keep an eye out for him in the NHS halls. Reporting for Mustang Media, I'm Thomas Harder.
Special thanks to Tommy Dooley and Colin McDonald for helping shoot and edit that story.
Last month, the Foreign Language Department hosted an exchange program with students from France. Exchange students stayed with several host families inside the Norwood community.
Our very own Mustang Magazine reporter Jake McCarthy hosted one of these students and brought him on a trip out to the Vineyard. Here's his vlog now.
8:25, about to make our way to Martha's Vineyard. Maxence, you excited?
Yes. This is Maxence. He, along with several others, are here visiting in Norwood as part of a foreign exchange student program. With their 10 days here, we decided to show Maxence some of the best places to go in Massachusetts. This is our trip with him to Martha's Vineyard.
On the road, you excited?
Yes.
Is this one of the songs? I'll play it.
9:32. Maxence, you excited?
Yeah.
We're almost there. So, what are you most looking forward to?
The boat.
The boat? Yeah. Are you excited to go to the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And luckily for him, this excitement was only the beginning. The real adventure to Martha's Vineyard started right now.
we're going to take a boat. Take a boat to go to Mustang Vineyard. Yeah. Are you excited for that?
Yeah.
After departing from the ferry, we arrived at Martha's Vineyard. Through brainstorming what to do, we finally thought, what else than to visit an alpaca farm? So, we hopped in an Uber, and to the farm we went.
I'm stargazing again. Leave the world behind you.
Go ahead, Brian.
Leave the world behind you. I'm stargazing again. Leave the world
We finally had enough of the alpacas and decided to go out for a bite to eat. The rest of the day we spent walking around, enjoying the views the island had to offer.
Beep! Yeah! Yeah!
Thanks, Jake. Martha's Vineyard is a truly beautiful place. We hope Make Sense had a nice visit.
NHS students will be making their way to France during April vacation. Stay tuned for more stories about this topic in future editions of Mustang Magazine.
Coming up, we've got more stories from October, but first, these messages.
Look out for new episodes of the Stampede podcast, hosted by Jake Mannering, Lars Boothroyd, and Nick Srorsha, on SoundCloud at Stampede.
Don't be that person. Use your Chromebook case. It keeps it safe.
Welcome back. With school now in full swing, this year's senior class is enjoying a variety of privileges and activities.
And some community members are supporting those activities by participating in a unique fundraiser. Staff reporters Molly Mannering and Kate Earle bring us the story.
1, 2, up. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Look at that.
Seniors are spreading Mustang pride around the neighborhood with a new fundraiser. Painting crews of senior volunteers follow a specific process to paint the Mustangs on each driveway.
So the first step is you blow all of the pebbles, grass, just anything on the driveway, so it's just a clean slate, and then you lay out the stencil, and then you paint with whatever color they want. You'll roll it, and then we have regular paintbrushes too for the edges, and there's some blank spots too, so when you take the stencil up, you just you just paint in the spots that are open, and you just make sure that it's as clean as it can be and the edges are nice and good so that it looks like a Mustang.
Quinn says there are many factors involved in the success of the fundraiser.
So the end of last year, Mrs. Doreen and I were brainstorming ideas for the senior class. A lot of towns are doing the driveway painting. The town that I am in have been doing it for a couple years. And we just thought of it as a good idea to not only raise money for the seniors, lots of costs that go into senior year, but also just a fundraiser to spread pride. And now just putting together crews that can do it, all seniors, and they can tie it into community service too. We just need to kind of spread the word. And with that, we need senior participation to get the work done.
Wagner decided she wanted to volunteer to help her class.
So I want to volunteer because it's a big fundraiser for our senior class, and it just builds spirit around the school. And when you're driving around town, you just be like, oh, it's a Mustang. I want to buy one for my driveway, and it'll just bring money in for the senior class, so then we can do more for prom and just have a good year. And I found about volunteering for this through student council, and we were just talking about this during our senior meeting and everything like that. And we made a big Google Docs for the whole entire senior class to go and sign up for like certain days. I decided to do it during the weekends and just help out as much as I can.
The fundraiser is helping to spread pride in Norwood and will become a new tradition.
I'm hoping this tradition continues. It's picking up across different towns, so I think it's staying. So hopefully it will stay here in Norwood. And just hopefully it picks up the pride and just of residents in Norwood being proud of where they are and supporting our school.
If you are interested in getting a Mustang of your own, you can visit the school website, talk to a senior class officer, or email Miss Quinn. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Molly Mannering.
I love it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, girls. Senior Dean Carrie Quinn says they're done painting driveways for this season, but keep an eye open for details in the spring.
Now it's time to meet up with some Norwood police officers to check out their newest line of collector cards. Here's senior staff reporter Julie Silvaccio with an update on her cop card story from last season.
I don't think I have any of you.
No, yeah, all right, here you go. That's one of mine.
Cop cards came out last year to help build a relationship with the residents of Norwood.
We make it into a competition of how many we get because, we just want bragging rights and everything.
John Wallington got one of Officer Baguma's cards when he saw Officer Baguma riding by.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. There you go.
I saw him on his bike, and I said hi and asked for his card.
Just stop by.
Yeah.
With the new versions out, kids are eager to complete their collection with all the different pictures.
You could tell that they get competitive right in front of your eyes. So you don't even have to push it. You just watch, and then they're just scurrying around trying to go from officer to officer to get a new one.
Because of the popularity of the cards, Officer Baguma says he has 3 versions with different pictures to hand out.
We have an influx of new cop cars just because of the demand for them. I make sure to always try to get new versions.
Do you want to trade or something?
Sure.
I'll trade you this guy for that guy.
My first one had the white background. That's when I was holding a motorcycle helmet. And the second version was when I was on top of Town Hall, and you could see the entire town behind me. And this is the third and newest version.
Wallington says he likes to read the back of the cards to see what's new about them.
You don't have many. I like the back, how they have some of their stuff that they did on as a police officer, and how it's cool to look at them and read them. Hey look, he's coming down the hill.
If you see Officer Baguma around town on his motorcycle, ask him for his card. Maybe you'll get lucky and get one of his new versions. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Julie Silvaccio.
Thanks, Julie. It's nice to see NPD making such an effort to connect with kids in the community.
And staying with the community topic, recently I caught up with the Norwood Rec Department as they kicked off this year's Fall Fest with a rather unique event of their own.
The first float was held recently. Norwood Recreation staff member Marie Kidd says the event kicked off this year's Fall Fest.
We just were encouraging people to bring down their small 6 to 8 inch pumpkin, and we lit it up and got them out there floating. Nice parade of pumpkins.
Kidd says that many Norwood groups showed up to participate.
We had the Norwood Junior Women's Club. We had Pack 49, Pack 52. We had Progress Norwood. And then we had a ton of families. It's just been fantastic.
The pumpkins went on their journey around Hawes Pool. Overall, Kidd says the night shaped up pretty nicely.
My favorite part is that full moon that's over my shoulder there and the size of the crowd. We weren't really sure if anyone would know what it was or if people would be kind of leery to come out on a Sunday evening, but this is a blast. The weather's great, the amount of families, the kids dancing, it's just been so much fun.
For more information on other Fall Fest activities, be sure to check out the Norwood Recreation website. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Sophia Saratori.
Make sure you check the Norwood Rec website for details on upcoming events. The show's almost over, but before we go, we have a special film short to celebrate the Halloween season.
The piece was created for a national film competition and was written and produced in under 6 days.
So here's our team's film, Area 52. Enjoy.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, Coco Wilson here, and we are back with another episode of Locos with Coco. Today we're going to be meeting with a girl who thinks she's discovered Area 52. Let's take a look. Alrighty guys, I'm here with Vanessa. Vanessa, can you please introduce yourself and tell us why you think that there's an Area 52?
Yeah, so I'm Vanessa Gallagher, and I work on a farm. And a few months ago, I noticed these guys in black suits standing outside the woods where I work.
Guys, I was just at work, and I saw these two guys in black suits walking into the woods, and look. What are they guarding? It's so weird.
Do you know who they were? What they were doing there?
No, so I did some research on my own.
Guys, I'm doing some research, and I just found out the land used to be government owned.
How do you jump from land being government owned to Area 52?
So when I found out that it was government owned, I didn't really think that much of it myself either. But then one night while I was in the woods, I saw some helicopters and there was something flying in the sky.
Alright guys, so I'm out here in the woods and I'm trying to establish what exactly makes this government owned. Do you see that? Oh my god.
A UFO. The day after that, I decided to take a look for myself.
Alright guys, so the guys aren't there anymore, so we're gonna go see. Hey, freeze!
And that's how I ended up on house arrest. The men in black caught me, and I got in trouble for trespassing. There is an Area 52, and I will find it.
Alrighty, well you heard it here first folks, there is an Area 52. Come back next week for our next episode of Locos with Coco.
Bring it in. Excellent, place it here.
I hope you enjoyed that Halloween treat. Shout out to seniors Audrey Scafati, Dan Gruber, and Alex Bedard for being a part of the team that put that together. And special thanks to the Meadowbrook School of Weston for letting us use their school as a filming location.
Well, that's all we have for this October edition of Mustang Magazine. Thanks for watching.
For more content like this, be sure to check us out on our website at mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Signing off for this month, I'm Sophia Saratori.
And I'm Thomas Harder. Happy Halloween, Mustangs.
Special shout out to sophomores Michaela Hurry. Oh my goodness, sorry. You could say our very own Mustang Magazine reporter Jake McCarthy. And some community members are supporting those activities by supporting, oh my goodness, sorry. I messed that up.
Welcome back. With
That was my bad. Okay. Okay. Show's almost over, but before we go, we have a special film short. You can get why it's film short. That's none of my business.